Welcome to the Ecologia Universities. I am Ravindra T, the founder and the developer of the system named Ecologia Universities. Ecologia Universities, one system, all of IT career. Now I explain the manifesto of Mission Ecologia. This is simply adopting Ecologia system for programming studies. In detail, we have determined to propagate and promote Ecologia system for empowering all software career aspirants of the world to evolve as industry-ready programmers for their first software job. Just underline that, for their first software job and to realize that dream. In this context, some of you may be curious about my connection with the mythological character, personality Ecologia. For your information, I am the true replica, live replica of Ecologia as far as the software domain is concerned. Originally, I am a management professional and I never attended single programming class in my lifetime. I developed all this system on my own. Actually, this is the outcome of 20 years of my research and development. The mission Ecologia is mainly aiming at two universal objectives. The first one is programming studies for every aspirant regardless of their background. This means aspirant may be a school goer, college goer, office goer, housewife, doctor or doctorate or any other professional having 3 C's. The 3 C's are essential prerequisites. The first one is computer, second one is commitment, third one is common sense. Actually, without having a computer, you never evolve as a programmer. Without having a car, you cannot learn car driving. That point you have to understand. Computer means you need not think of higher end or high value computer. Any workable computer is okay. If you are not in a position to afford, you can purchase a second hand desktop computer of dual core or core to Duo, which is available around 5,000 rupees. That is more than enough for your requirement until you settle in our profession or career. Okay. And that's why computer is a must. Second one is commitment. Without having commitment and passion towards programming, you cannot evolve as a programmer. This is not like academic studies and all that. For your information, all professional programmers in their sleep also they work. And 60 to 70% of their work, their task, they perform mentally, and only 30 to 40%, they work physically on computer. That's why that much of commitment is required. How to develop commitment or passion towards programming, I will tell you. I make you to enjoy programming. Where you enjoy, there you never get tired. That is the secret. Third one is common sense. Common sense is a core. I am not talking about intelligent. I am not intelligent at all, but I have ample common sense. What is common sense means you should be aware of the things around you. You have to observe that, and you should take a sound judgment in respect to situations and all that. What is common sense and all that? Contextually, I can explain. It is not so easy to explain generally. Okay, so computer, commitment, and common sense are the 3 essential prerequisites for every programming aspirant. The second one is software career for every aspirant. Just with 100 days of their preparation, just 100 days of their preparation, they will be evolved as industry-ready programmer for their first software job, bright first software job. Actually, this is not possible through the conventional systems. That's why we have developed an innovative technology which is totally new to the world of programming studies. That is WebSeries Technology. This WebSeries Technology enables you to perform program from day one. Today you start learning program. Today itself you start writing program. While writing program, right through writing programs, you learn and master programming language. Analogically, this is like learning car driving. How you learn car driving? Right through driving car, you learn car driving. I have extended this for this web series. Right through writing program, you learn and master programming language. We are the innovators of WebSeries Technology for programming studies. This technology is totally new to the world of programming studies because this is my brainchild. If you study programming languages, namely Python, Java, or C, through WebSeries, you can derive multiple advantages. The first and foremost one is you learn any programming language right through writing program from day one, regardless of your programming background, right through writing program from day one. Today, if you start learning Python, today itself you start writing program. It may be unbelievable to you, but simple analogy I tell you, it is like learning car driving. How you learn car driving? Can you learn car driving in classroom? Not possible. Simply sitting in the driving seat of a car, you learn car driving. If you extend this, right to writing program, you learn and master programming language. In the next lecture, I am going to explain this in detail. And the second great advantage is, without reading concepts, you can learn, you can understand and own the concepts. How it is possible? Actually, if you write a program, let us say program 5 in Python you are writing. The underlying concepts are A, C, D, M. Let us say 4 concepts are there. While writing this program, you can understand all these 4 concepts and ultimately you can own them because you are learning them practically. That's why you can own the concepts. You need not read it. Once you read it, that's it. But you need not read or by heart concepts because many students do not like concepts. Here, automatically and practically, you can understand that. And the third one is the most important for job aspirants is subject-oriented communication skills. I am not talking about general English. If you study programming language through WebSeries, by listening my lectures, just one time watch is enough. You improve your subject-oriented communication skills. How I am explaining, all that you can imitate. That's it. So, for facing interviews, this capability is very important. I am not talking about general communication skills. If you are really good at English also, if you don't have subject, how can you express, how can you explain a concept? That's why I am focusing on improving subject-oriented communication skill through WebSeries. It is possible. And apart from that, many other benefits are there. And in next lecture, I am going to explain about that fully. And ultimately, and simply I can tell you, if you study programming languages through WebSeries, you will be empowered to evolve as an industry-ready programmer, and you will be in a position to choose your job at your choice. One of the core attributes of our training programs is 0 to expert. Logically, it is like learning car driving. When you start learning car driving, when you are 0. When you are 0 means when you do not know car driving. How long you learn? Until you become an expert. Expert means you need not take it as participating car races and all that. Until you get confidence to drive car on any road. It may be village road, tar road, hilly road, traffic road, highway or any road. So 0 is the real truth. So we start from 0. You don't expect any programming background of the student. Here, half knowledge is very dangerous, both in car driving as well as in programming. If we have some half knowledge and all that, if it not complete knowledge, actually it distracts from learning. That's why we adopt 0-based training. The second one is no scope for doubt. Actually, in any study, not only in programming, a doubt is an obstruction. A student encounters a series of doubts in the study. Obviously, his interest is diluted or evaporated. That's why we have developed the system 100% doubt-free. Actually, in this system, I have incorporated my learning process. Being an Ecologia, I incorporated my learning process. And at the same time, I am not so intelligent. That's why my learning process and your learning process is one and same. It matches with anybody. That's why you never get a doubt. Here, in this context, one open challenge, not out of ego, I am making. Try to raise a doubt. Actually, after reading the system or any chapter, you raise a doubt. It is not possible for you. So far, within a span of 20 years, nobody could raise a doubt. I am inviting from you and all. And third one is, whatever CareerSURE finishing program, 5 CareerSURE finishing programs we are offering to you, and these programs evolve you as 100% industry ready programmers. Industry ready programmers means what industry is expecting from you. That is, industry ready programmer is expertise in this context. So, zero to expertise training we are providing you. This is for acquiring, securing your first bright software job. That point you have to understand. Another core attribute of the system is Indianized style of instruction. I have redefined the Indianized style of instruction as applicable to programming studies. In this context, one important point we have to consider. In English, there is a lot of good literature on programming, as well as thousands of lectures are available on programming concepts and all. Here the question is, how much percentage of Indian software career aspirants can follow them, can understand their accent, style, standards, etc. and all that. According to me, only 10 to 20% of Indian software career aspirants can understand that, their literature or lectures, and reap the benefit out of that. What about remaining 80%? They cannot follow. That's why I have developed the Indian style of instruction as applicable to programming studies. In this, for every programming concept, I give a real life example. I learned the technique from my grandfather, grandmother, etc. and all that. For every concept, whatever may be the concept, it may be function-oriented programming or object-oriented programming, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, any concept you name, I can give you a real-life example. Through that real-life example, student can grasp very easily and can own them from the beginning. And owning concept is very important. Once you own the concept, you can explain it to others. That capability will help you a lot in job-oriented interviews. That point you have to understand. Another important aspect is, every initial program should be given on known domains. Known domains means preparing a program on student's mark report, supervisor cash bill, employee salary statement, or workers wage statement, etc. and all known domains. Then student will be very comfortable and write program confidently. So in that way, initially we have to give a push. Thereafter they develop any project they can develop. Okay. Thereafter, here one more thing. All the, just if you observe that, all these attributes will help them to become industry ready. If you are a software career aspirant, your prime focus is to secure a bright first software job. Because first software job has a tremendous impact on entire career. This is like a first impression is the best impression or everlasting impression. That's why our prime focus is on empowering you to get a bright first software job within 100 days of your endeavor. In this context, we have to consider an analogy. Analogically, road journey and career journey are alike. In order to have a right road journey to reach a destination, you should have 3 R's: a right road, a right vehicle, and a right road map. If you have the 3, you can reach the destination comfortably on time. Similarly, in a career journey also, you should have 3 R's, that is, right system, right strategy, and right support. Through our system, we are able to provide A to Z support to you. Already some attributes I explained to you. The first one is Indianized style, second one is zero to expert, third one is WebSeries Technology. And the most important is ELMS, Ecologia Learning Management System. Actually, this is career-oriented study. You must complete within a time span. It is not like academic study and all that. That's why your study should be properly managed and monitored. Then only you can complete within 100 days, provided you work 5 hours a day. That means totally 500 hours are required to be evaluated as an industry-ready programmer. Okay, for that purpose, it should be properly managed. We have developed our LMS, Ecologia Learning Management System, on a renowned app that is Moodles, the world famous app. Moodles we developed and all. In this, it provides a 5-in, this is a 5-in service provider. 5 services at a place it provides you. Those are video lectures, study material, unit-wise tests, chapter-wise it conducts tests using international standards, updates, and the final Ecologia certification. This Ecologia certification also developed using international standards. All that in another next lecture I am going to explain in detail. So in this way, we are going to provide you A to Z support. Simply sit at home and daily work for 5 hours, morning 3 hours, night 2 hours, like that. A plan should be there, and you complete just 500 hours of your endeavor is more than enough to be evaluated as industry ready, and you will be in a position to choose best possible job at your choice. We strongly believe 2 facts. The first one is programming studies are the easiest among all application-oriented studies. Application-oriented studies means the branches in engineering like civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, biotechnology, automobiles, aeronautics, etc. and all that. In those studies, in those application-oriented studies, the basic requirement is a big lab is required. That in order to have a lab, you have to spend millions of rupees. It is not possible for any individual, and one can afford also, they never do that. And number 2 is, these application oriented studies are not suitable for self-study. Definitely an instructor should be required. As far as programming studies are concerned, it is 100% of a suitable candidate for self-study. Self-study, for that, simple computer is enough. If you are not in a position to spend high value computer and all that, any second hand workable computer is enough. Just by spending 5,000 rupees, you can get dual core or core 2 desktop computer in second hand market. That is more than enough for your entire study until you settle in the job. After settling the job, if you want to, you can purchase a big computer or a high value computer. Here one thing I am telling you, many people, because of their half knowledge and because of their commercial ends, they created lot of hype towards programming studies. Those are easiest according to me. Being an Ecologia, I can claim those are the easiest among all application oriented studies. That point you have to understand. Simply one thing I am telling you, later in the next lecture I am going to explain. If you are a software career aspirant, the basic requirements are 3 C's: computer, commitment, and common sense. About the 3 points, in the next lecture I am going to explain it. You must have that awareness of the 3 C's. Second one is, securing a software job is the easiest among all other professional jobs. Professional jobs means, you know, many, a doctor, a lawyer, non-computer science engineer, chartered accountant, cost accountant, etc. and all that. In order to get the first job in those professions and all, minimum for 4 years, 4 to 5 years time you have to spend, lakhs of rupees you have to spend. As far as first software job is concerned, just I give you the assurance, 100 days earmark, and daily 5 hours you work. That's it. Totally how many hours? 500 hours of your endeavor is enough to evolve as industry ready programmer and with an international certification, and you can compete with any other competing peers in the job market, and you will be in a position to choose a best possible job of your choice. This is my belief. You need not believe me blindly. Actually, for that purpose, I am showing you live proofs. After seeing the live proofs, you can believe. You can believe. Then once you believe and you start your course of action, earmark 100 days, daily 5 hours, not 10 hours or 12 hours. 5 hours study is enough. Then ultimately you will be a good competitor or a good candidate in job market. Once again, I assert that programming studies are the easiest among all application oriented studies. You need not believe me blindly. Just I show you live proof. Thereafter, you believe and follow suit. The first one is, originally I am a management professional and never attended any programming class in my lifetime. I got an opportunity to read a book on C language. Just within 1 week I completed that. On the 7th day itself, I wrote a project of 200 lines. It inspired me a lot, and many people couldn't believe that. Somebody advised me, why don't you develop your system? Then within 45th day of my first day of learning, I started writing a book on C language. It is a complete reference, 1,000 pages. And at the same time, I wrote that book in Telugu also, that is my mother tongue. Thereafter, I developed all these books in prime programming languages. And recently means a couple of years back, I developed a book on Python language. It is a complete video book. The specialty of these books is I incorporated my learning process. My learning process and anybody's learning process is one and same. One and same, or you may be a little superior to me because I am not intelligent at all. I am having a average stature, and being a manager, I can do whatever I want. So these books are the live proof written by an Ecologia. Any book you read, and without scope of doubt, you can understand everything. And in the first week itself, you start writing programs on your own. Now I am showing you the second live proof. Actually, for my first book, C language only, I got great appreciations from hundreds of professors, professionals, software professionals and students. For my first book, many professors, 10 plus professors of world-class institutions, IISc Bangalore and IITs, I got great appreciations. They describe it as unique in the world of programming literature. This is a layman's book. That point you have to understand. Second one, I received hundreds of letters by way of comments from the students of 5 countries, including India. India, they greatly appreciated. No single negative comment is there. That point you have to understand. Above all, in 2006, I got a call from Rashtrapati Bhavan. How Dr. Abdul Kalam ji got my books, I didn't know that. He read my book and he wanted to see into how a layman can write this much book. Then he spent 4 plus hours to read my book, and he enjoyed it like anything. In his words, he felt my presence, virtual presence, while reading the book. And he invited me greatly blessed, and he described a great boon to student community. So in this manner, I received hundreds, more than 1,000 letters, and if you want to see them on my website, www.ecologiauniversities.com, I can view that. What more live proof you require? The layman's work, already I told you, I am not intelligent at all. I am just average person, even today. Now I am showing you the third and ultimate live proof to you. Actually, some of you may think that I achieved because of my own reasons or own status. I achieved. How we can achieve? I would like to address that point. Actually, here, one unique thing in the world, you may not find this anywhere in the world of programming studies, that is one day wonder workshop on Python, Java or C. On 3 languages separately, I am offering one day wonder workshop. That means one day means don't take it as 24 hours, just 6 hours of my workshop divided into 2 training sessions of 3 hours. If you attend this workshop, regardless of your programming background, you will write 10 programs formally like a professional, either in Python, Java or C. Just 6 hours, very small period, and with a neutral mind, without having any positive or negative, attend my workshop of 6 hours. 6 hours, you will be in a position to write. You will write 10 programs on the very day formally like a professional. For this, this is online workshop, online virtual workshop. I am going to charge just 200 rupees because I want to provide this live proof to everybody to inspire them. Just I am nominally charging 200 rupees for this workshop. So thereafter, 100% you will rely, you will believe my concept. Thereafter, if you want, you can follow suit. In order to empower you to get a bright first software job, we have developed and providing 5 CareerSURE finishing programs to you. In this context, you have to understand the meaning of word finishing. Actually, analogically, if you take a raw diamond, you may not recognize it as a diamond. You may treat it as a glass stone. After finishing only, you can identify it as a diamond and its value is also evaluated. In the same manner, a college graduate, a raw graduate, should be provided proper finishing training, then only he or she will be industry ready. That's why we are providing 5 finishing programs to you. And one thing I have to tell you, for the sake of getting your first software job, you need not study advanced technologies and all that. You must focus on core part of the language, means core Java, core Python, core C, etc. and all that. And if you get corresponding international certification, you will be unique. Nobody will compete with you. Whatever, if you go for 10 interviews, at least in half a dozen, you will be selected. That type of training we are going to provide to you. Actually, in view of the expectations of software industry from Fresher-Recruitees, no experience recruitees, we have developed the 5 alternative programs for you. You can choose one of them. All these programs provides you 100% guarantee for your first bright software job. The first one is Python finishing program with the Ecologia certification developed using international standards. Second one is Java finishing training with the Ecologia certification. Third one is C finishing training with the C certification, Ecologia certification. Fourth one is CareerSURE 120 program. This is totally unique. In order to realize the dreams of millions of non-engineering graduates, I have developed this program. Actually, many non-engineering graduates aspire software job, but they feel it is not possible for them. But through this program, I am making it 100% possible for them. For that purpose, I developed UPI, Unified Programming Interface. That means what knowledge and skills they require and all that, I integrated as UPI, Unified Programming Interface, and providing it is a CareerSURE 120 program. It is 120 hours of program, and if they prepare for that, then within 100 to 120 days, they will become industry ready. For that entire support we are going to provide. So very easily, very comfortably, they can finish this program. The fifth one is International Certification OCAJP, Oracle Certified Associate Java Programmer. This is conducted by Oracle Corporation, and it is such a renowned certification, and all software industry recognize this and gives a high value for this. Actually, originally this certification is very tough. For that, no prerequisite qualification is required. Anybody can write this exam, but it is very difficult, and students, college goers or university students cannot reach this standard. But I made it simplified for you, and I made a simple scheme. There are 15 chapters in that. 15 chapters. Weekly, one chapter. You can prepare for that. Everything I am providing to you, 15 to 7. Almost within 100 days, you can be ready for that. And in the first attempt, you can pass. I give you 100% pass guarantee for the certification. About all these courses, in the next video, I am going to explain in detail. Actually, this is matter of your career. That's why you should not believe anybody, including me, blindly. So, I am going to offer you test to trust opportunity. Test and convince, thereafter take a decision, follow suit. Okay. For all our 5 training programs, we are providing you 5 hours free module in the name of Feel Good Web Series. That means Python Feel Good Web Series, Java Feel Good Web Series, C Feel Good Web Series, UPI Feel Good Web Series, OCJP Feel Good Web Series. These web series consist of 5 training sessions of each 1 hour. That means 5 hours. And I am not expecting any programming background of you, regardless of your background. You may be school goer, college goer, office goer, doctor, doctorate, housewife, or anybody. If you are an aspirant of software, career or programming education, then you can directly join this course. Enrollment is also not required because many students are hesitant to enroll their name. I don't know the reason. That's why from our website www.ecologiauniversity.com you can directly join all the course, whatever course you wanted, all that. At the After 5 hours of your study, you definitely write 5 projects. 5 projects on your own formally like a professional. That means you think like a professional and write programs like a professional. This type of opportunity or model you cannot find anywhere in the web world. That I am going to provide to you. So if it is true and if you succeed, you contact me for further study. So any of these 5 courses you can choose and test. But one thing I am telling you, what I recommend you, daily one training session you study and work out. You minimum complete 5 projects on your own. Thereafter, you realize one great fact. Nobody tells this. What is that? Programming studies are the easiest among all application oriented studies. That you yourself will realize, and then you can follow suit. Finally, I would like to explain the truth about your first software job. Actually, so far, whatever I explained, all these are teasers of the whole thing, whole truth. Actually, if I start explaining about every point in detail, it is too lengthy. Most of you do not like that. That's why first this lecture as a teaser I recorded, and if you are interested in all that, next 3 lectures are there. In that I explained everything categorically. The first one is what industry is expecting from a fresher recruitee, fresher no experience recruitee, and what you need to study to match up such requirement. Once again I repeat, first video covers what software industry is expecting from a fresher recruitee, fresher no experience recruitee. Next, what you need to do, what you need to prepare to match up the expectations of the industry. That's the first video, around 20 minutes. And the second video, which CareerSURE programs we are providing to you, what are the specialties of those programs to become industry ready or to match up the expectations of the software industry from a fresher recruiting. That's the second video. It is around 30 minutes. Third video, how to go about. There is totally a unique way of learning programming just within 100 days. So how to go about? For that, one master plan is required, a monitoring system is required. All that already explained to you. 3 R's: right system, right strategy, and right support. I am going to provide to you. And if you strictly follow, just a simple thing, always just register in your brain 100 days, daily 5 hours, totally 5.5 hours, strictly according to our system, LMS, you complete that. Then I will see, I am building a platform for you and just register your name there. I see that many software companies will call you because software companies are in dire need of right candidate. We are evaluating you as the right candidate strictly according to the expectation of software industry from a fresher recruiting. Now, let us talk about a serious issue which is applicable for millions of students. That is, are software jobs only for English medium students? Many people feel so, but I don't feel so. I am the right candidate to address this issue because after my graduation, I studied in Telugu medium in a rural college. That's why I am the right person to know the seriousness of the problem and at the same time to find out the solution for this problem. So I made lot of research for that. If you see my photograph with Abdul Kalamji, you can find all the regional language books. I developed books in all regional languages and I spent huge money for that. Now I have a solution with me. As a sample, in Telugu, I am releasing Python Feel Good Web Series, Python finishing program in Telugu, and at the same time, one day workshop, 6 hours, one day workshop also in Telugu. for Python I am releasing. By that, Telugu medium students can realize that. Thereafter, if I get good response from students community, thereafter I will develop books in all regional languages. And here one great technique is actually simply if you study in Telugu or some other regional language, there is no use at all. You must develop your subject oriented communication skills in English, because you have to interact with many people, not only in your office, outside the world, outside the country also you have to talk many people. That's why English is must. You cannot avoid that. But for that, one simple technique I have developed. That is simple analogically explained. Suppose you directly see you are a regional language medium student or you do not know English. If you see an English film directly, you may not grasp it fully. Some extent summary you can understand that, but dialogue wise you cannot understand that. Suppose the same film is dubbed in your medium, in your mother tongue, and after watching the regional language film, if you watch English medium film, dialogue wise you can understand. The same analogy, same logic I have applied here. So, suppose in respect with reference to Telugu, I tell you, in Telugu, Python you study. Python finishing a program you complete. Parallelly with the identical, 100% identical content you get in English also. So parallelly, after English chapter, you study, after studying in Telugu, you study English also. Then obviously, you get command over English parallelly. Along with the Python language, you get command over English medium parallelly. That practically many people reported to me that to my English is very simple English. Very simple English, anybody can easily understand. And this type of several techniques I am going to provide to you. And my medium of instruction is a hybrid medium. Hybrid medium is not purely in Telugu. Telugu and English parallelly, a mixed hybrid language of instruction I use. By that, at the end of the course, at the end of Python, you get command over English medium also. If it is successful, if I get good response from Telugu medium students, in time to time, I release books in other languages also, and in that manner, I can help the regional medium students also. I am the live example. It's not a big thing and all. If you determine to overcome this barrier, you can do that. For that, whatever is required, every support I am going to provide you through my system. It is not a big thing and all that. Only thing is, you should have positive mind. Definitely, you can achieve the task and cross all your barriers.